Yes, continuation with the previous class. As we already started about the switching and forwarding, how the packets are going to be forwarded to reach to the destination. So already we have completed first one method, that is a datagram approach, or you call it as a connectionless approach. Now we are going for the second one, that is a connection oriented approach, or you call it as a virtual circuit switching. Okay, so it is the one of the widely used technique for a packet switching, which differs significantly from the datagram model. Is it clear? So it is going to use the concept, to call it as a virtual circuit. So a virtual connection is going to be established in between the source to the destination. Path is going to be decided here. Is it clear? On which path these particular packets has to be forwarded to reach to the destination. In between, all the particular switches are going to forward this particular packet on the predefined path to reach to the destination. Okay, this approach, which is also going to be called as a connection oriented model, requires that we have to first set up the virtual connection from source host to the destination host before transmitting any data. Is it clear? As I already told, before transmitting the data, first you have to establish a connection between host to destination. You have to establish a virtual connection. Is it clear? Whenever host, say for example, host A again want to send a packet to the host B. Okay, we can think of this as a two-stage processes. Okay, what is that? The first stage is a connection setup, and second one is a data transfer. Okay, here you are going to see this. That is, if host A wanted to send a data to the host B. Okay, two stages are there. The first one is the connection setup, and next one is a data transfer. Okay, so in the connection setup phase, it is necessary to establish a connection state in each of these particular switches between the source and the destination host. So they are all going to make an entry in their virtual circuit table for this particular connection ID. Okay, so for this destination host, on which side this particular packet has to be forwarded to reach the destination. Okay, so here it is that the connection state for a single connection consists of an entry in a virtual circuit table. So in each switch through which the connection passes, okay, each switch is going to maintaining one entry in its table, that is in a virtual circuit table for each connection. Is it clear? For each connection through which the packet passes through in between the switches to reach to the destination. Okay, so all these switches are going to maintaining one entry in its virtual circuit table. Okay, so what are all the information is going to be presented in that? So it is going to maintain the VCI, virtual circuit identifier, that uniquely identifies the connection at this particular switch. With the help of this VCI, they are going to identify the connection at that particular switch. Okay, so this VCI is created inside the header of the packets, and that belongs to this particular the connection. It is also having the incoming interface, that is on which packets for this particular VC arrives at the switch. Outgoing interface, that is the packets for this VC uses the switch. Is it clear? This is a potentially different VCI that will be used for the outgoing the packets. So these are all the fields here which are going to be presented. So if you are going to see the table, now you will get the idea about this. Is it clear? So this is entries here. Each switch is going to be make for a specific connection. It is having an incoming interface, that is on which port it has received that packet, incoming VCI. Okay, what is the virtual circuit identifier present on that? The packet which it has been received, which is used to identify that particular connection. Is it clear? Now on which side this packet has to be forwarded, that is outgoing interface, that is on the port number 1 it has transmitted. And while transmitting that packet, what is the outgoing VCI should be present. Okay, the switch is going to put the outgoing VCI in the packet header. Okay, so these are all the informations presented in the entry for each connection under the table called as a virtual circuit table. Okay, now here is that if you are going to see this particular the diagram, is it clear? So that is an example of a virtual circuit network. So here we are going to see this particular the diagram. Okay, so this is the diagram. Here we are going to see. So we are going to be explain it now. Okay, now imagine that host A wanted to send the packet to the host B. Is it clear? So you cannot send it directly as it is in the datagram forwarding. So before that, first a connection should be established and all, then it has to be forwarded, okay, on that particular part. So in this connection oriented, both should be present, that is the sender and receiver should be, both should be active, and this receiver should be willing to or ready to accept the packet transmitted by the host. Okay, so now here in this the things here, it is that how you are going to make an entry in the virtual circuit. Either it is done by the network administrator manually. Is it clear? So manually, a network administrator, if he knows the network very well, he knows everything, so manually he is going to make an entry for each connection. Okay, manually he is going to make an entry in the virtual circuit table for each particular connection. So based on the entry present in the virtual circuit table, so each switch is going to forward these particular packets on the same route to reach to the destination. Okay, or otherwise that is automatically also where you are going to implement this. Is it clear? So before going to that, you are going to see how manually you are going to make an entry into the virtual circuit table. Say for example, if host A wanted to send, so here administrator is going to choose the VCI for this particular the host A. Whenever it want to send the packets here, that is to send to the host B, that is host A wanted to send a packet to the host B. For this particular connection, host A is going to using the VCI 5, okay, and then it is going to send this particular packet to the switch 1. Now the switch 1 is going to receiving this particular the packet from the interface 2. On which port it has received? So it is going to receive it on the interface 2. So what is the incoming VCI here? Incoming VCI is 5. Now what is the destination here? So A wanted to send this to the B. Is it clear? So here A wanted to send this particular onto the B. Okay, so already it is having the forwarding table, so it knows that on which particular port it has to be forwarded, that is on which outgoing port it has to be forwarded, that is on the port number 1 this packet has to be forwarded. So before forwarding that, what it is going to do? So it is going to update an outgoing VCI as a 11 in the header of that particular packet. Is it clear? So what it is going to do? So it is going to make an outgoing VCI as a 11. Is it clear? That is on the port number 1 this packet has to be forwarded outside. Okay, that is outgoing interface is a 1. Okay, and before transmitting it is going to set the outgoing VCI as a 11. Okay, now the next one here it is that the switch here 2 is going to receive this particular packet on the port number 3. So and with the incoming VCI is 11. Okay, so it is going to make an entry here in the switching table. So entry is already done because it is a manually done by the administrator. So here is going to done the entry in the switching table. So what is the incoming interface? Incoming interface is 3, that is on the port number 3 it has received the packet. What is the incoming VCI? So that virtual circuit identifier present on the header of that packet is 11. Now which is the destination here? The destination is B. So if you want to forward this packet onto the destination B, on which outgoing line you have to transfer? That is the outgoing interface is 2. Is it clear? You just see it here. So the switch 1 has to forward this particular packet to reach to the destination B. So on which port it has to be forwarded? Switch 2 has to forward this packet on the port number 2. So this is the outgoing interface 2. Is it clear? So it is going to write outgoing interface as the 2, and while transmitting it is going to put the outgoing VCI as a 7 on the header of that particular packet. Now the switch 3 is going to receive this. What is the incoming interface? On which port it has received? So here the switch 3 is going to receive the packet forwarded by switch 2 on the port number 0. So that is incoming interface is 0. What is the incoming VCI? Incoming VCI is 7. Now it is going to see, okay, which is the destination? Destination is B. Okay, so B is here directly connected to the port 1 of a switch 3. Is it clear? Port 1 of switch 3. Now it is going to put that outgoing interface is 1, outgoing VCI is 4. Is it clear? So this is how then entry is going to be made it in all the switches here which are going to be presented in the networks. Okay, so whenever A is going to send that particular packet to the B, so this particular the connection state, these virtual circuit entries are done on all the switches which are in between the path of source A to B. Okay, so whenever A is going to be sending the particular packet, it is going to put the VCI 5. Okay, when the switch is going to receive that information, okay, so it has received the packet from the incoming interface 2 and VCI is 5. Okay, now it knows that that is the connection ID 5, it has received on the 2, so on which side it has to be forwarded. Now switch will know that already it is having an entry, immediately it will forward it on the outgoing interface 1 by changing the VCI as a 11. Now the second switch is receiving this particular packet on the interface 3, and if the incoming VCI is 11, so for this particular connection ID VCI 11, so it has to be forwarded on the outgoing interface 2 and change the outgoing VCI for a 7. Okay, the next one here it is that the next one switch is going to receiving this particular packet on the interface 0. If it has received the packet on the interface 0 with the incoming VCI 7, so for this connection it has to forward this on the outgoing interface 1 by changing the outgoing VCI as a 4. Is it clear? So in this way, so here the connection is going to be established and they are going to transfer it. So this is the manually administrator has done this one. Okay, so if you wanted to do this automatically, how this one will be done? So if you wanted to do it automatically, there is a procedure called as a signaling. Okay, you have to establish this connection state by a process called as a signaling. That virtual circuits are said to be switched. So how you are going to establish it? That is each virtual circuit here the entry is going to be done dynamically. Okay, how you are going to do this? So first one here it is that host A is going to send a request to host B. So this is a normal datagram packet here which it is going to be forwarded here. So host A is going to send it to the switch 1, switch 1 is going to receive this, and the destination host is a B, it is forwarded on the port number 1. Similarly switch 2 is going to receive this, okay, and then it is going to send it. Each one is going to just maintaining only that particular the incoming interface, that is the not made an particular entry over there. Is it clear? Now when this particular request is going to be received by the host B, if host B is ready to accept the connection, is it clear? If host B is willing to accept the connection, now the host B is going to send an acknowledgement here. Is it clear? So it is going to send an acknowledgement. So now here it is that the acknowledgement is transmitted from host B to that is to the switch 3. So at that time it is going to choose the VCI. Is it clear? It is going to choose the VCI as a 4 for that particular connection. When the acknowledgement is received by the switch 3 for that particular the connection, it is going to update in its forwarding table. Okay, so what it is going to update? So whenever the packets arrive for this particular connection, so while forwarding this particular packet on the header, I have to change the VCI as a 4. Is it clear? So it knows that. Now the switch in 3 is going to forwarding this acknowledgement to switch 2. Okay, so at that time it is going to put the information that the VCI which it has been chosen for this particular connection. Now switch 2 knows that okay, switch 3 has chosen the VCI 7 for this particular connection, the in between switch 2 and switch 3. So immediately switch 2 is going to update this information in the virtual table. Okay, that entry is going to be updated, that whenever it has received the incoming interface 3 with the outgoing interface 2, what is the outgoing VCI? Outgoing VCI is 7. Okay, now switch 2 is going to forward this acknowledgement to the switch 1. At that time it is going to choose what is the VCI for this connection in between the switch 1 and switch 2. So for this connection switch 2 has chosen the VCI as 11. So it is going to make an entry in its table that incoming VCI is 11. Okay, and then it is going to forward the acknowledgement to the switch 1. Switch 1 is going to receive this. Is it clear? And then it knows that 11 is the VCI chosen by the switch 2 for this connection. It is going to make it as a outgoing VCI as 11. Is it clear? And then switch 1 has to forward this to the host A. At that time it is going to choose the VCI 5 for this particular connection, and it is going to make an entry in its incoming VCI 5. Okay, so that is on the incoming interface 2 for this particular the connection between host A and host B. Now acknowledgement will be sent to host A. Host A receives the acknowledgement transmitted by the B along with the VCI transmitted by the switch, that is the 5. Okay, now the connection has been established here. Next time the host A, when it want to transfer the data, in that particular header it is going to put the VCI 5. So when the switch 1 receives the packet from the incoming interface 2 with the VCI 5, already entry is there, they have updated it. Now it is going to be transmitted on the outgoing interface 1 by changing the outgoing VCI as 11. Switch 2 is going to receive this on the port number 3, okay, with the incoming VCI 11. So immediately entry is there. The switch is going to transfer it on the outgoing interface 2 by changing the outgoing VCI as a 7. So when it has received by the switch 3, so it has been received on the port number 0, incoming interface is 0 and incoming VCI is 7 for that. Okay, the entry is there in this table. What is the outgoing interface for this connection? It is on the port number 1, it has to be transmitted. While transmitting, outgoing VCI is updated to 4. Now host B is going to receive the packet with the VCI 4. Is it clear? So in this way a connection is going to be established first for transmitting the packets. All the packets are going to be transmitted on the same route, because whatever the connection ID, whatever the route has decided, all the switches over there. Okay, so all the packets are going to be forwarded on the same route to reach to the destination. When the communication is going to be over, now host A is going to send the tear down connection. Okay, when the message of that host A issued by the switch of a tear down, it is going to delete any entry of this particular connection. What it has done, that is the incoming interface 2, incoming VCI 5, outgoing interface 1, outgoing VCI 11, all this. Is it clear? So that the entry what it has been done in the table, it is going to be deleted and that message will be sent to switch 2. Switch 2, when it receives this one tear down connection, this entry will be deleted in the switch 2, forwarded to the switch 3. It is going to delete that entry in the forwarding table and that information will be sent to the host B. So this is, then they are going to tear down the connection. So 3 stages are there. First you are going to establish the connection, transfer the data, then you are going to tear down the connection. So this is the thing here what you are going to do it in the virtual circuit. Okay, yes, thank you very much.